SAVE being challenged, IBR for new borrowers, PAYE application coming out a day or two ago. This stuff is driving mass confusion for many of you guys. So I wanted to jump on this video, quickly lay out a few scenarios so that way you get some guidance on what you should be doing right now over the next 6 months. With that being said, let's jump into it. So there's a few scenarios we're going to go through. Some of you are on SAVE and are on forbearance, what to do there. Some of you are new grads coming into trying to figure out this stuff, what to do there. And then some of you are on public service loan forgiveness, what are we going to do with that? So first of all, start clearing up the confusion, all these acronyms all over the place. IDR, income driven repayment, D with D like a dog, right? That is a catch-all phrase that the government uses to describe all these different repayment plans where the required payment is based as a percentage of your interest. So that's the first thing you got to understand, okay? Now, underneath that, you have like IBR, which is income-based repayment. You have PAYE, and you have SAVE. Those are the big three that most people are concerned with right now. So let's jump into this. SAVE is what's being challenged in court right now. But there was some also stuff brought up in that court case about pay as you earn, and this is why there's so much confusion. And then to add on top of that, IBR, income-based repayment, actually has two different versions. Okay, so let's sort through all this maze of confusion right now. IBR, income-based repayment, is the oldest of those plans that I've mentioned so far. Okay, it is 25 years long, and the payment is based as 15% of your discretionary income. Now, where the big confusion comes in all this is that there's IBR, which we'll call old IBR, and IBR for new borrowers. What IBR for new borrowers is for people that took a loan out after 2015, like your first loan after 2014. So that's how the government bifurcates old versus new. New IBR is 20 years and 10% of your income. Basically, what you got to remember is old IBR, 25 years, higher payment. New IBR, 20 years, lower payment. Now enter pay as you earn, PAYE. PAYE and new IBR are basically the same thing. Okay, so now with SAVE being challenged in court, it would be an easy decision, right? Pay as you earn, the application's up. So either I go on IBR for new borrowers if I qualify for that, and if I don't, I go on to pay as you earn. Easy decision, right? That's where we got to pump the brakes a little bit. You see, in the court case for SAVE, pay as you earn, the judge started questioning what happens after 20 years and you get your loans forgiven. Because it was the understanding that once your loans are forgiven, those are gone, but you have to claim that amount as income and pay taxes on it. Okay, that's what everybody understood. However, that is only defined by law for IBR, income-based repayment plans. Pay as you earn was never passed by Congress. And so basically what the judge was questioning was when this thing gets forgiven in 20 years, if you're on pay as you earn, it's not forgiven. You have to pay the whole thing in 20 years, meaning you have to pay a big balloon payment. That's what he's been questioning. And we don't have a ruling on that yet. So here are the scenarios that people really have to pay attention to. Hey guys, real quick, if you're still watching this video, it's because you're getting value from it. We enjoy making these videos, and when you subscribe to the channel, it helps us grow, which allows us to keep making more and more videos. So if you get a chance, please hit the subscribe button. With that being said, let's jump back into the video. If you're on SAVE Forbearance, like we've talked to over 1,000 people in the last 3 or 4 weeks, maybe 5 to 10 people, it makes sense for them to stay on SAVE Forbearance. Most of you, no sense to stay on SAVE Forbearance anymore. We know SAVE is not going to be around. Therefore, you have to try to go on IBR for new borrowers. If you don't qualify for that, go on to pay as you earn, but you have to keep an ear out for the next 6 months on what's going to happen, because then you might have to switch again. And because you might have to switch again, a lot of people are saying, I don't even want to deal with this anymore. Even if I don't qualify for IBR for new borrowers, screw it. I'm going on for IBR for old borrowers. I'll pay the higher payment. I just don't care. So that's where you got to make the choice. Do you go on to pay as you earn and keep an ear out for the next 6 months? Or do you just say, screw it, I'm going on IBR no matter what? Same thing for new borrowers. If you qualify for IBR for new borrowers, that is the repayment plan you want to go on right now. If you don't qualify for IBR for new borrowers, then that's where you have to contemplate. Do I go on pay as you earn and keep an ear out over the next 6 months? Or do I just say screw it and go on IBR for old borrowers? And by the way, for a lot of you, you're going to have to look at this from a complete financial management plan and strategy. Because some of you that were planning to go on SAVE, now that you have to go on IBR, either old or new, or pay as you earn, the payments are going to be higher. So a lot of you have to turn around and say, do I even want to go on loan forgiveness, or do I just pay off my student loans? So that's the big question that most of you should be thinking about right now. However, there's one other scenario I want to touch on before the end of the video, and that's if you're on public service loan forgiveness. Pay as you earn, the payments haven't been questioned in court. It's what happens at the end in 20 years. Where if you're on public service loan forgiveness, you're not waiting 20 years. PSLF was passed by Congress, so it's going to get forgiven. So you should be good to go if you're going to go on pay as you earn and you're pursuing public service loan forgiveness at a nonprofit. You should be good. But again, in your situation, you still want to keep an ear out over the next 6 months to see what happens with pay as you earn. And there's actually one last scenario that I didn't think about and I just thought about while I was recording this video. What happens if you're already on pay as you earn? For you, just hold tight, right? Sit there for the next 6 months, keep an ear out, see what happens. And then after this court decision gets made, then we'll pick up the pieces and see what happens and then go from there. But like I said a few seconds ago, student loans and this stuff is extremely confusing. But don't make a mistake of just looking at this stuff in isolation. You need to look at the big picture. Where does this fit in my financial management strategy? And if I was going on loan forgiveness and what my game plan was, should I be recontemplating that now? Which plan should I go on? Should I pay off my loans? How does this affect my other goals like buying homes, having children, all this type of stuff? And put together a bigger financial management plan. With that being said, be sure to check out this video next.